Okay. Okay. Honoring the Forgotten War, Robert W. Smith offers the significant work in recognition of the 50th anniversary of the Korean conflict. It's beautifully scored to balance the delicate Oriental melodies with the dramatic and frenzied passages that mirrored the conflict. Colorfully orchestrated with percussion simulating the sound of a helicopter landing, it is a thoroughly stunning tonal collage. We hope you enjoy Robert W. Smith's Ceremonial. Christmas Classic is a unique arrangement for the holiday season. Larry Clark's arrangement is a new and interesting way to present the same old Christmas carols in a new and exciting way. This piece features Beethoven's Pathetique Sonata, O Come All Ye Faithful, J.S. Bach's Jesus Joy of Man's Desiring, and Come All Ye Shepherds. We hope you enjoy Larry Clark's Christmas Classic.
blue. The first steps in humanity's voyage to the stars began with Saturn V rockets. These powerful engines served as launch vehicles for an Apollo program, known for landing the first humans on the moon since 1969. In Wings of Apollo, your dauntless adventure begins with this powerful liftoff. Once achieved by the main theme is presented by flutes and trumpets with stabilizers provided by baritone, tenor sax, and eventually the remainder of the crew. Stage 1 boosters provide the propulsion needed to voyage to the Sea of Tranquility. We hope you enjoy Vince Gassie's Wings of Apollo.
Deck the Halls with Bells and Whistles is a holiday novelty featuring various bells and whistle songs. Tonight we are going to have some fun and invite some of our audience members to participate as accompanist to our dance performance. When your time comes, light your whistle, cry as loud as you can. We hope you enjoy Michael Story's traditional arrangement of Deck the Halls with Bells and Whistles.
Yo, oh, hey, that works. After a long day's journey, the nomads set up camp for the evening. As the sun casts its final searing rays on the desert landscape, the campfire roars to life and the celebration begins. As the sky darkens, the festivities grow wilder and wilder until eventually, 3 groups of revelers take turns dancing at the edge of the fire, each trying to outdo the other. Finally, the entire tribe joins, dancing wildly for hours until the campfire dims and morning grows near. We hope you enjoy Roland Barrett's Arabian Dances.
doing well. We will be transitioning to our second performing ensemble tonight, which will be our percussion ensemble and steel band. So I do ask for your patience as we transition. It will take us just a couple minutes to do this. But in the meantime, while we're transitioning, there are a few people that I absolutely have to thank. First, to the students and to the parents of Seneca High School. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do and all of your dedication to music and arts in our schools. Thank you to the Seneca High School administration. Mr. Dylan Hudson is the new Seneca High School principal. He's been super fantastic. Ms. Powell, Mr. Leard, and Dr. David Dennis all are incredible supporters of us every day. The other thing, or the other people that I would love to take a moment to thank are my outstanding colleagues. Dr. Hecker, our chorus director, is absolutely been just a great colleague, so much fun, and a great friend down here in the Fine Arts Wing, along with Mr. David Warlick, and with our outstanding middle school director, Mr. Daniel Titus. The other people that I'd like to thank, there is a list a mile long of all of the people that help all of this stuff happen every day for our students. So I'd like to take a moment to thank the Seneca High School Band Booster Club, Ms. Summer Sorber, our Band Booster President, Mr. Danny O'Donnell, our Band Booster Vice President, Ms. Karen Story, our Band Booster Secretary, Ms. Jennifer Neal, our Band Booster Treasurer, and a huge list: Mr. Jeremy Sorber, Miss Angela Nixon, Miss Lindsay Lay, Mr. and Mrs. Matt Gale Steele, Mr. and Mrs. Shauna Megan Williams, Miss Leanne O'Donnell, and the list goes on and on for all those parents that are constantly here helping make all of this possible. So thank you. Finally, I'd like to take a moment and thank the staff of Seneca High School Band's program. Miss Olivia Papato served as a color guard instructor for us this year. Miss Brianna Parcell, you'll see her tag in with us today with the steel band. Mr. Jared Taylor, who is going to be our guest conductor tonight for the jazz band. Mr. Josh Lasky, who will be a guest conductor for our symphonic band later in the program. And my wife, Miss Michaela Scarabino, who does all things color guard. So, huge round of applause to everybody that keeps this machine moving. I'm so grateful for you. I know that the kids are truly grateful. So thank you to everybody. It looks like we're almost ready. So we hope you enjoy Mario Gaetano's Shanghai, and then we will shift for the first live performance of the Seneca High School Steel Drum Ensemble. intermission to reset the stage with jazz, and then ultimately our Symphonic band tonight. In the foyer of the auditorium, we'll be selling cookies and hot chocolate. So at the conclusion of the steel band portion, we will turn the house lights on. You guys are free to stand up, stretch your legs, go out in the foyer, and get some cookies and hot chocolate. All the proceeds will go to help Seneca High School dance program. We hope you enjoy the steel band. All right, we will take about 12 to 15 minutes. Good evening. Okay. Sorry. Welcome back to the second portion of our fall band concert. The next two ensembles that you will be seeing is our jazz band and our symphonic band. I do want to take a second to just kind of preface and let everybody understand that our fall semester is really, really, really busy with marching band. And this year, if you didn't come out and see the Seneca High School Marching Band, they were incredible. They worked very, very, very hard. We were just so fortunate to get back to what real marching band is, as far as competing and going out and doing a lot of really, really fun stuff for our kids in our program. So with that, we really can't ramp up jazz band until the conclusion of that season, which that season kind of goes until the very end of October / November. And then once we get to that portion, we really, really try to get into jazz, knowing that the spring semester is where jazz becomes a very, very heavy activity that ultimately has gained a lot of interest here at Seneca High School. In the last 3 years, we have tripled the size of the jazz program, which is incredible. And so it's warranted us to split the bands into two bands. Okay, so we now operate under the two monikers, the Alley Cats Jazz Band and the Funk Ensemble. And both of these groups, the kids that come out for jazz audition for these groups, and then are placed in one of the two ensembles. And then ultimately we build up, repertoire for jazz, much like we would do for concert festival. And then in March and in April, we will take our jazz bands to the Jazz Performance Assessment Festival later in the year. So we were just itching to get jazz back, and that's why tonight you're going to see the first performance of O Hanukkah from the Funk Jazz Band. And then we're going to pull up all of our Alley Cats members, and we're going to do a big band arrangement of some really, really fun Christmas tunes. That way we can showcase both of our jazz bands and just really get people excited about jazz for the spring semester. So these kids that you're going to see here have probably rehearsed all of 3 or 4 times together. So a huge credit to these guys. They're just really, 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 really great kids, and we're just super, super fortunate to work with them. So I would be without thought if I didn't take a second and introduce our guest conductor. Our guest conductor, Mr. Jared Taylor, is the elementary music teacher at Walhalla Elementary School in the district, and he has served as an incredible resource for our marching band. He is a woodwind specialist, and he has spent so much time with these kids that we sat down and said, hey, you should take the jazz on, because you're just a great educator, and more kids or educators that we can get in front of these kids, the better opportunities they have. So I am so happy to introduce Mr. Taylor and the Funk Jazz Band.
Thank you again so much for your patience.
Still no one. Hello, good evening. This is a note from John Mackey. In March 2016, I attended a rehearsal featuring students from the United Sound Mentoring Program, a program to encourage musicians with special needs to play side by side with general education musicians in the same ensemble. The empathy I experienced in that room was overwhelming. I cried, regained my composure, and asked if I could write a piece for United Sound. The result is Snarl. Everyone gets picked on at some point. It's a horrible feeling. Snarl refuses to be bullied. From the opening saxophone section, multiphonic, to the flutter-tongued winds and the crashes of cymbals. Snarl is a gift to United Sound, and thanks for making those mentored students feel not only special, but strong. We hope you enjoy John Mackey's Snarl.
Hello? Oh, sorry. Okay. 6.5 million companion animals enter animal shelters every year, and 2.4 million of those adoptable animals are put down. These numbers do not include the thousands who suffer in silence. Thanks to thousands of caring people, these numbers are steadily decreasing, but we still have a long way to go. This work is dedicated to all those who work hard in the fight to end puppy mills, to rescue suffering pets, and to provide care and medical attention to all those rescued. It is dedicated to those who rescue, those who get rescued, and especially for those whose rescue never comes. We hope you enjoy Julie Giroux's Our Castaways. though. Thank you. Here's an exciting work that combines original music with a variety of fiddle tunes from the Adirondack region of New York State. The fiddle was far and away the most popular folk instrument of the time, and these appealing melodies have been handed down through generations of amateur players. This tune includes Chattooga Reel, The Wild Mustard River, and Ribsaw. We hope you enjoy Stephen Boulah's Adirondack Festival Overture.
So, can we just give these guys another round of applause? I am very, 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 very blessed to get to work with these kids. And I know tonight was a long night showcasing all of our ensembles, but these kids have been working their tails off, playing some really, really good literature and bringing band back. And so I'm so grateful to them. I'm so grateful for you guys. And again, they're just very, 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 very great young adults. So moving forward into our program, we have a guest conductor, Mr. Josh Lasky. Mr. Josh Lasky is a student at Clemson University pursuing a, let me get this right, bachelor's degree of performing arts with a music concentration focusing on trumpet. And was a graduate of the Seneca High School in 2016. Mr. Lasky has served on the staff here at the marching band as a brass tech for the past 2 years. Has been an active member within Clemson University's Tiger Band, Tiger Pep Band, Symphonic Band, and the list goes on and on. Mr. Lasky approached me in the summer and asked if he could shadow the Symphonic Band, as Clemson and his track does not have a music education track that would allow him to have a direct student teaching. I was very, very happy to accept, and I know it's always special to come back where you're a product from. So we were very happy to welcome him with open arms and assist him with the learning process of really picking a piece of music and leading the ensemble through this piece start to finish. So everything that you're about to hear with this ensemble has been 100% Mr. Lasky. So from the artistic ideas, the musical swells, if you will, all of that has been directly him and these students. So we were super, super happy to have that, and I'm just can't be more pleased with the work that he's done. He's picked a really, really good tune for these kids. It's a really difficult but sweet Randall Sandridge tune. So I'm happy to welcome to the stage Seneca High School Symphonic Band and their guest conductor, Mr. Josh Lasky.
Nestled on the western edge of Georgia is Providence Canyon, also known as the Little Grand Canyon. This beautiful state park with its steep cliffs and red gray clay coloring is both peaceful and majestic. This work attempts to capture both of these moods, along with the notion that sometimes in our lives, good fortune or providence brings us to the exact places and times that we need to be. I often marvel at the razor's edge of fate, where one small change or one different decision could have led to a completely different life. Every decision we make echoes down the pathway of our lives. We hope you enjoy Randall Sandridge, Providence.
The remarkable ability of music to express emotion is fully displayed in this remarkable work. Written prior to a catastrophic flood that affected an entire community, the work took on new meaning in helping to cope with disaster and express faith for a better tomorrow, displaying a range of emotions from anger to reflection to hope. This is a magnificently powerful overture. We hope you enjoy Michael Sweeney's On the Edge of Tomorrow.
this working? Okay. Brace yourselves, because this is a really long thing. The word maverick first entered the English lexicon in the mid-19th century in reference to unbranded cattle. Since then, the term has come to describe someone who is fiercely independent, like Samuel A. Maverick. Maverick's father was a prominent Charleston businessman who dominated the importation of goods from Western Europe to the American South at the turn of the 19th century. In 1803, Samuel Augustus Maverick was born at the family's summer home in Pendleton, South Carolina. The elder Maverick, who was worried about the health risk of living in Charleston's tropical climate, decided to permanently relocate his family to Pendleton. The younger Maverick was a successful student and business apprentice to his father, and eventually earned his college degree from Yale. Soon after graduation, he earned a license to practice law. In 1829, he opened an office in Pendleton after a failed run for South Carolina legislature. By 1845, Maverick had acquired 400 head of cattle in payment for a $1,200 debt. While Maverick's primary interest became real estate, he had no intention of maintaining his cattle herd and refused to brand them so as not to inflict any pain. Others in the area soon realized who the stray cattle belonged to, and as a result, the word maverick has entered our everyday vocabulary, representing someone who lives with the same powerful conviction and independence as the Pendleton, South Carolina native, Samuel Augustus Maverick. We hope you enjoy J. Bocook's Maverick.
All right, before our final selection, I'd like to recognize some extremely special individuals. So as I recognize you, Mr. Titus, our middle school band director here, is going to give you just a very small token of our appreciation and our love for you guys. Without these guys, my tenure at Seneca High School would have been filled with much less musical fulfillment and much less laughter. Being a high school band director has always been a dream and a goal, and one thing that I love most about my job is the ability to grow with young adults and pour into students throughout their own musical journeys. When a kid chooses band, they choose the same class, they choose the same room, and they choose the same director for their entire period of high school. And while it's my most proudest moments to see them soar into the next levels and heights, it is always the most difficult part to see them leave. Congratulations to the class of 2022. I am so proud of you. We are so proud of you. And I have met many of you at the end of your freshman year or just the very beginning of your sophomore year. So I cannot thank you enough for the time that we've shared together. Please stand and be recognized. Paul Hainish. Noel Emery Moore. TJO. Eleanor Owenby. Marion Albright. Cheyenne Medlin. Arwen Orwin. Connor Sluter. Brianna Thomason. Nick Cole. Brooke Sue Lindsay. And Elise Halbig. Thank you and congratulations. We're going to leave with one final tune. You guys know this one, so if you feel it in your heart, you can sing along.
The pop hit All I Want for Christmas Is You from 1994, recorded by Mariah Carey, continues to be a holiday favorite year after year. Starting with a moderate tempo and lyrical introduction, this very effective arrangement for band moves into an upbeat swing style with nice variety in scoring textures and dynamics. Feel free to dance, clap, and sing along. We hope you enjoy Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Someone